During my last YouTube video, I mentioned that I went and indulged in a little bit of escapism and went off to Brazil for New Year's. And let's just say I definitely indulged. My weight jumped up drastically. I didn't really train very much while I was out there because I really just felt that my body needed a rest. And of course, this meant that upon my return to the UK, I had to really dial in with my nutrition and get back on track with training. And while that might sound straightforward, it's easier said than done. Coming back to dark, rainy days, long days working, 9 to 5, being on site, being in the office. But as they say, if it was easy, everyone would do it. The first 6 months of 2026 are going to demand a lot from me. January is really all about just getting back into the routine of things, and then February is a hard hitter. Kicking things off in February, we have turf games. If you've been watching my YouTube videos, you'll know that I did summer turf last year, which was a struggle as it was incredibly hot and I had no sleep. The following week, I have a training camp in Nottingham, which I will vlog. Then in March, we have a performance testing day, also in Nottingham, with British weightlifting. And this is just to show that we are all on track ahead of the European Championships in April. But no rest for the wicked, because shortly after that, we have the British Championships. It was recently announced that the British Championships will be an international competition, and therefore it will be the final qualifier for the Commonwealth Games. All being well, I will then have June just locked into training, and then fingers crossed for the Commonwealth Games in July. All that whilst having to hold down a 9 to 5 job and not lose my goddamn mind. Needless to say, there is a lot going on, and at the moment I'm just focusing on trying to keep my body in one piece and keep my head steadily on my shoulders. As I alluded to, work has been really stressful lately, and I'm not getting to the gym till 6:30 p.m. I'm exhausted, and this is where being consistent with supplements, sleep, nutrition is really, really important. I am tired. It is gone 6 o'clock. I've only just finished work. It's now too late for a pre-workout, which I was really looking forward to, but it's fine because I have the energy chews, so I'm gonna go and grab some of those, head to the gym. I've got snatches, jerks, and some functional work to do today. And if you're wondering why I look like I'm talking funny, it's because I got Invisalign. Let's go lift, let's go train, let's go get it. In my last video, I mentioned some of my goals for 2026 were really just trying to get the basics right. And I definitely feel that I'm on track to do that, although there is still plenty of progress to be made. As for my body weight, I am back on track, and I'm back into the routine of utilising the protein powder to curb my sweet tooth. A couple of days ago, I saw this apple crumble protein pot in Marks and Spencer's, so I thought I would give it a go, just utilising the ingredients I had in the cupboard. I started off with some 0% Greek yogurt, mixed in half a scoop of vanilla protein powder, diced up some apples, added a sprinkling of cinnamon. And this is where I really got creative, because I actually decided to crush up some Cinnamon Crunch cereal that I have been craving, but can't really justify just eating a bowl of cereals at the moment. Then in typical JT form, I crumbled up half a Biscoff biscuit onto there, popped them in the fridge, and then headed off to the gym. As I said before, at the moment I am training for turf games, which includes a lot of erg work and a lot of conditioning, so I'm really having to balance doing this type of functional training alongside my weightlifting. I'll be honest, it's hard, it is really hard. And of course this involves a fair amount of running, which I just don't enjoy. But alas, the show must go on. The priority at the moment is really to make sure that I'm fueling and recovering correctly, so I always take my creatine with me to the gym just to make sure that I don't forget. Speaking of refueling, here is my apple crumble protein pot that I made earlier. It was delicious. This little pot alone contained 32 grams of protein. It's really important to factor in timing when it comes to refueling post-session. Now, there is some conflicting research around this, but for optimal muscle repair and growth, the best post-training protein refuel window is anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour and a half post-training. Essentially, the optimal window is when the muscles are highly receptive, and that peak anabolic window lasts for around 2 hours post-exercise. I've previously mentioned that when I train in the evenings, I tend to only take the energy chews, as I find if I take pre-workout too late, I struggle to get to sleep. However, this month having been the way it has, I've definitely been taking pre-workout much more in the evenings just to get me through the difficult sessions. I think at the moment I'm struggling to find a balance and I don't really know what the missing link is. My sleep hygiene is improved, my nutrition is on point at the moment because I'm working with a nutritionist as well, just to make sure I'm leaving no stone unturned. But definitely having that pre-workout as a fail-safe is a godsend. So stay tuned to see how my energy levels fare as we ramp up training towards the European Championships.